What you saying, ladies and gents? It is your boy BucketHatSam, and yes, we are back again today for another video. Today's video, it's Christmas time. It means one thing, it is another Boxing Day fixtures. This is the best time of year, and today I'll be doing my game week 24 predictions for the championship. If you enjoyed this video, if you're new to the channel, like, comment and subscribe. It really does help, and comment your predictions below. But anyway, let's get right into it. Let's roll that intro. And our first game of the game week is when 9th place Middlesbrough host 7th place Forest, and these two sides in absolutely unreal form. Both of them pushing in and around the playoffs, and both who I did predict one of these two sides would go up for promotion this year through the playoffs, but both these teams look very good, especially Middlesbrough against that performance against Bournemouth. I watched that on Sky, but I do believe Forest will just about edge this game. I know they're the away side, but Cooper's men look very, very good. So I'm going to go a 2-1 away win to Forest. Now to the next fixture where 14th place Luton host 18th place Bristol City, and I went to the reverse fixture which ended in a 1-1 draw. Danny Hilton scoring in the last couple of minutes, but I do think it's going to be something similar. I think both sides not been in the best form recently. I know Bristol City just come off the back of a loss, so I don't think it's going to be the best of games. Not many goals, but I'm going to go for the same as last time. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Now to our next game where Millwall versus Swansea, and no one wants to go to Millwall, especially on Boxing Day. I can imagine the atmosphere is going to be absolutely rocking there. So I do feel sorry for Swansea. And the thing is, Swansea off the back of 3 losses, it's not looking good for Swansea, and this is not a ground anyone wants to go to, especially when you're losing. And I'll tell you now, I think Millwall will dominate here. I think the crowd will get behind them, and I'm going to go for a 2-0 Millwall home win. Now to our next game where 15th place Preston host 11th place Sheffield United. And I watched the Sheffield United versus Fulham game on Monday night on Sky, and they were class, absolutely class. Paul Hickenbottom's men have won their last 4 games, got a 100% win record there, coming up against a Preston side who've mixed form recently, had a couple of wins, but I do think Sheffield United have just got that extra bit of power, the extra bit of class, and I think they will dominate here. I'm going to go for a 3-1 away win to Sheffield United. Next fixture where 10th place Huddersfield host 13th place Blackpool, and Blackpool, Neil Critchley's men have been, yes, they got a win, but recently the form hasn't been as good as it was at the start of the season. They're going to want to get back to winning ways, and they're coming against a Huddersfield side. Huddersfield side, who mixed bag of form recently. Yes, they're unbeaten in 3, but not getting the amount of wins they'd really want. But I think it's going to be a close game here, so I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Now to our next game where first place Fulham, who have been really, really poor recently, a lot of draws and a huge loss on Monday night against Sheffield United. They really need to win. All sides now from 3rd upwards can catch them very easily this weekend. They come against a Birmingham City side who have fallen so far down the table to 17th place, who've looked pretty poor, really. I'd say awful recently. I think that's fair enough to say. 2 losses in the last 3 games. Birmingham, they're relying on, they're not getting any goals. The thing is, before they were getting goals from all around the pitch. They weren't scoring many, but defenders were chipping in, strikers were getting the occasional one. They're just relying too much on Troy Deeney, and that's the problem, I believe. And I do think Fulham will win this game. Fulham will get back to winning ways here. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Fulham home win. Now to our next game where 19th place Hull City host 3rd place Blackburn, and you don't want to play Blackburn at the moment. 5 games on the spin, unbeaten. They're climbing up the table like it's absolutely nothing. Leapfrog West Brom on the weekend, and they are now 3rd place in the league. And with a win and other results going their way, they could go top of the table after this win, and I do believe they'll beat Hull. Hull, yes, they lost on the weekend, but before that they're on a nice little run, sitting 19th place, trying to pull away from that relegation zone. But I do think this is going to send them a bit closer back down there, because I'm going to go for a 3-0 Blackburn win. And we know who's going to score, don't we really? It is Mr. Ben Brereton Diaz. They rely on him so much, and I do worry if he gets injured this season, Blackburn, what could happen to them? But I'm going to stay positive. Blackburn are going to win. Now to my team, who are facing against bottom of the table Derby County, and last time these two sides faced, it was one of the most boring, brain-numbing games of football. Derby sat behind the ball, West Brom had over 20 shots and just could not score. I don't know how I stayed away for this one, so I'm telling you now, this isn't going to be a great game. Derby need points, obviously, with their point deduction, so they're just defending. They're just trying to rely on other side. They're not conceding. That's what they're literally all they're trying to do. They're building up a good foundation of a defence and then try and nick an occasional goal. And you can do that with the strike force they've got, but it's just not looking good for them. And I'm going to be confident as a West Brom fan. We need a win, and we need it fast, because Bournemouth and Fulham won't keep losing. so we need to take these moments whilst we can. We're 4 points off top of the table. We could go second if results go our way, so I'm going to go for a 3-0 West Brom away win. Now to the biggest game of the game week. This is an absolute huge fixture. It is 5th place QPR who host 2nd place Bournemouth, and I watched Bournemouth on the weekend. Yes, it was the early kickoff against Sheffield United, no, Middlesbrough, sorry, and they were poor, extremely poor, and they did not look like they were going to score. And I do worry for them because this QPR side, yes, they did lose that last game on the weekend, but there are 4 wins before that on the bounce. So I'll tell you now, personally, I think it's going to be a really hard fixture to call. It's a 5:30 kickoff. I would recommend watching this, but I do think it's going to be a draw, a stalemate draw. I do think Bournemouth still have a good enough players that even though they're out of form, they might nick an occasional goal, and QPR can be quite vulnerable to counter-attacks with their passing, expansive style of play. They can get hurt on the break, and Bournemouth have pace up front, and I think they might nick a goal off a counter maybe, but I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. And that is it for my game week 24 predictions for the championship. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Smash the like button if you haven't already. Comment below all of your predictions for the scores or any games you go into. This is the best league in football. The championship is absolutely class, and I do these videos and I always end up looking stupid because it's so difficult to predict this league. So remember that before you give me abuse and stick. It's too hard to predict. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Lots more videos coming your way. BucketHatSam over and out. Thank you. Goodbye.